and then look at other things and apply broad strokes the same way and get something from it. And just so we have what that comes out to be, because I haven't said so, is 0.835, which means what as a percent? 0.835 as a percent. You move the decimal over 2 places, that's 83.5%. So that is our first question, and I think I'm going to hopefully be moving faster with that one out of the way. I'm going to try to do 2 things at one time in the interest of making shorter videos and faster download speeds. I'm going to try to erase and talk at the same time. During the course of the year, the labor force consists of, this is number 4, the labor force consists of the same 1,000 people. Employers have chosen not to hire 20 of these people in the face of government regulations, making it too costly to employ them. Hence, they remain unemployed throughout the year. At the same time, every month during the year, 30 different people become unemployed and 30 other different people who were unemployed find jobs. And we're asked for the frictional rate of unemployment in letter A. So, what's the frictional rate of unemployment? What does that term mean? That is the normal churn of people in job search mode in the economy. So, what number does that sound like of those things that we just read in that question? That sounds like the 30, right? So, for letter A, for number 4, the frictional unemployment rate is those 30 people of the labor force, the 1,000, and 31,000 is 0.03, which is 3%. So that's letter A, the frictional unemployment rate. And then B is, what is the unemployment rate? How are we going to get this? Well, what are we missing to answer this? We're excluding, he doesn't mention anything about seasonal, so we're ignoring that altogether. Maybe he's just lumping it into these 30. But of the categories of ways to be unemployed that I mentioned in that piece, we have something else here. We have these 20 people who are pretty consistently unemployed, and he says due to government regulations. He's referring to minimum wage because that contributes to structural unemployment most likely. That's what he's referring to. And there are 20 people there. That's 20 over 1,000. And this is for B. That is 0.02. So the unemployment rate then is our 3% from here plus the 2%. And let's be clear, what do we call these 2%? They're structurally unemployed. So we have the frictionally unemployed plus the structurally unemployed. That's all he's giving us in this question. And that's those who are that's the unemployment rate at 5%. So here's a question. What's the natural rate of unemployment? It's not in the question, but it's worth thinking about. This is the natural rate of unemployment. And how do I know that? Because it doesn't include any cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is what deviates from the natural rate of unemployment. And here we have only frictional and structural. So this is what we're referring to in this question is the natural rate of unemployment. Now I'm going too far because I get excited by these things. So let me make sure I haven't missed anything. That was B, the unemployment rate. Then C comes along, something happens. Suppose a system of unemployment compensation is established. One could say enhanced or something as well. Each month, 30 new people, not including the 20 employers, have chosen not to employ. That's this group then. Continue to become unemployed, but each monthly group of newly unemployed now takes 2 months to find a job. What do we call that? The length of time people are remaining unemployed. There's a general term for that, unemployment duration. So the unemployment duration is now double what it was. It used to be a month, now it's 2 months. After this change, what is the frictional unemployment rate? Well, now you're going to have the 30 people who leave the labor force stay out for an additional month, but 30 more people are going to leave at the end of the month, become unemployed. I'm sorry. 30 people become unemployed in the beginning of a month. They'll remain now unemployed through the end of the month, and at the beginning of the next month, 30 more do. So you just doubled that from 30 people at any given time to 60 people at any given time. So for C, now you're just talking about 60 over 1,000 for the frictionally unemployed, and that's 0.06 or 6%. So these folks, I know where it goes from here, the new unemployment rate. This is for letter D. For D, I'll just do it like this. For D, you've got the 6% there. I'll do it like this. That's 6%. 0.06 is 6%, plus the 2% who are structurally unemployed. And now for D, the new unemployment rate, we would expect to be 8%. We just doubled the frictional unemployment. So that is number 4. Then we do number 7. It's our last unemployment question. I'm going to try again to talk and erase at the same time. A nation's frictional unemployment rate is 1%, its cyclical unemployment rate is 3%, and its structural unemployment rate is 4%. What is the nation's overall rate of employment? I don't even know that this is worth writing down. We have 3 different kinds of unemployment, and we're asked for the total unemployment rate. Well, it's just the 3 of them added up. But we'll add it. Don't worry. We'll make it more interesting than that. So we can all handle this. 1 plus 3 plus 4 is 8. So the answer is 8%. But here's one that's not part of this, but we should be able to answer it. What's the natural rate of unemployment? How would you get that? That's more important than the number. How would you get the natural rate of unemployment given that question? Well, we just kind of mentioned that with the last one, so hopefully you're all answering in your heads, or maybe even out loud. Maybe you're writing on something. I don't know. The natural rate of unemployment excludes the cyclical unemployment. It's what it should be because you have the 2 parts that were just in the previous question. So we have frictional at 1% and structural at 4%. The natural rate of unemployment implied by question number 7 is 5%. The answer to the question, to be clear, is 8%. That's the unemployment rate. But unemployment is particularly high at the time that the question must have been written because there is 3% cyclical unemployment, which is the deviation from the natural rate of unemployment. So that question really should be longer. It could be richer than it is. And that's all I have to say about the questions from the chapter related to unemployment. Now I'll do a video about the questions related to inflation.